Hello and welcome to the Robbies Podcast, your destination for in-depth discussion and analysis of the Premier League and the Champions League. I'm Robbie Mustoe, he's Robbie Earle, and we've made it to the final episode of the season as we look back on Real Madrid's victory over Liverpool in the Champions League final and discuss how Liverpool move forward from here. That's what we've got coming up in today's episode. Okay, my friend, Liverpool 0, Real Madrid 1, the final match day for the Premier League teams. Of course, Liverpool were thinking they might get 4 trophies. They've ended up with 2, my friend. But let's kind of start right at the beginning here, because I think everybody who's watching us or listening to this podcast expected the kickoff to be a little bit earlier. Now, okay, again, it's difficult to know what really happened outside, Rob. It looked like from within the stadium that the Real Madrid fans were in, and a lot of the Liverpool ones weren't in. I mean, we know people that were kind of in and around the stadium. But again, it's difficult to know what really happened there. I mean, we just had to be a little bit patient, isn't it? But isn't it disappointing, Rob, that a stadium that must have had hundreds of events to fill that place, why it took so long to get everybody in?
I think that's a big thing, Rob. I think when we're talking about UEFA, a huge organisation, a huge game, a showpiece game, that we're 35 minutes delayed, that we're hearing, stories about pepper spray and tear gas on fans, that fans with tickets still can't get into the stadium, that Gary Lineker, the famous old English striker, is tweeting out that it's shambolic that he couldn't get in there, said it was a disgrace and a really bad look on UEFA. It's just a shame for the spectacle, Rob, for the game. Showpiece game right at the end of the season, 2 magnificent teams, 2 great sets of fans, and we're talking about delays and maybe over the next few days we'll hear a little bit more about the detail. But fortunately, hopefully everybody was safe in there. And
they got in safely.
That's the main thing. But it was a bad start to the day and ended up being a bad day in the end for Liverpool Football Club.
Just on the team, Rob, before we get into the game a little bit, I think, when you looked at the lineup, I mean, there was doubts on quite a few players for Liverpool, but it ended up being the team that I think Jurgen Klopp would have wanted to pick. With Mane up front, Mo Salah to the right-hand side, Luis Diaz started on the left, Rob. Fabinho was okay, which meant Henderson. We talked about it, Rob, didn't we, on the preview pod, how important that was going to be. And I thought, particularly in the first half, it kind of panned out exactly how we suggested, with Henderson helping Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ibrahima Konate, that we will go on to talk about, certainly went over that side as well. The goal came from that side that, again, we'll go on to talk about. But just in terms of lineup, Rob, it was what you'd assume is the strongest Liverpool team right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, Rob. I think that, Diaz has done that well in becoming a January signing, his first choice. Mane in that central position, Salah to the right, and the indications that we spoke about on the last podcast that were Fabinho and Thiago were probably going to be fit enough to start the game and influence the game. And to be honest, Rob, I've got to admit, I started watching the game, got a few friends round, and I'm saying, looks good. I mean, Liverpool dominating possession. Liverpool look the better balanced team. Liverpool look in charge of the game so far. And as chances continue to come, and whether it was Courtois in inspired form or whether it was some poor misses or not great clinical finishing, I started to say to one or two of my friends, this game's playing out for Real Madrid. This game's playing out for Real Madrid exactly how they've stayed in this competition from Sheriff at the start of the group stage, through PSG, through Chelsea, through Man City,
and now through Liverpool. Yeah, it's remarkable for how they do it, Rob, and the durability defensively. The goalkeeper was incredible. I mean, it will look back and he was a key factor in all of this. I made note of 3 chances of Liverpool in the first 20 minutes. Mo Salah with maybe one of the best chances. I mean, at the end of the game, Rob, and I'm kind of skipping to the end here just for this moment. You always, because I know I read a lot of stuff already about, they were the better team, etc. And the people that I was with were saying, such a shame Liverpool were the better team. So I'm like, well, were they? And what really good chances did they create? And I think the Mo Salah flicked finish early on. I think it was one of those in the first 20 minutes, Rob. Good save low save from Courtois, and then Courtois save at the end from a brilliant takedown by Mo Salah. The little cut that we see him do before the right foot shot, but again, Courtois makes a brilliant save. Other ones, but I don't think I'm missing out. Was there any other really good chances? There's half chances they should have done better. Yeah. Some of the quality wasn't always there. But, on a day where Thibaut Courtois, it was just incredible. And a commentator, I'm actually in the UK now, so I listen to the UK commentary team talked about early on, is this going to be one of the games for Courtois because he made early saves and he looked unbeatable, Rob, and a big part of why Real Madrid won this Champions League.
Yeah, I mean, you only have to just go to the stats, mate. 24 shots Liverpool had to 4 of Real Madrid. Real Madrid get 1 goal, Liverpool don't. And Courtois is an interesting character, isn't he? Because when he was in English football, obviously played at Chelsea and had some success, obviously, in the blue of Chelsea. I don't think he was ever revered he was never seen as top, was he? And then he moved away. Obviously, got the move to Real Madrid, and I'm not sure he's ever totally been thought of as top world class. He always seems like he's one of those that seem like, best of the rest kind of thing.
Well, possibly. I mean, I think you could argue, and I don't know whether you saw it, Rob, on the UK feed. I'm not sure the US picked it up, but Courtois spoke pretty quickly after the game, and it was like, wow. I mean, he was fired up. Like, I didn't get the respect in England. You guys don't think I'm very good. I never, I would say to that, I'm not sure he was outstanding for Chelsea, Rob. I think he's always an excellent goalkeeper. I can't remember kind of, marveling over many performances from Courtois. He's a really good goalkeeper. Yeah. But listen, he had a phenomenal game, man of the match for sure, given some of those saves and other ones as well in interceptions. And there's other players I want to talk about as well for Real Madrid, Rob. But for Liverpool, after, like you said, a good start, a controlled start. And I remember saying on our last part of previewing this game, can Liverpool's A team find the rhythm? Find the rhythm again. Can they get on the front foot? They've been out, they've been swapped, they've been rotated, they've been rested, they've got injury problems. And at the first 15, 20 minutes, I'm like, this is kind of it. This is Liverpool's rhythm. Territory, possession was good. Yeah. Of course, the hardest thing is to create and score goals. And it's like you said, Rob, when a few don't go in, the keeper makes a couple of good saves, and Real Madrid always look to threaten a counter-attack. You after like 25 minutes or whatever, it's like, is this one of those games where Real Madrid are going to soak it up and they're going to hit you on the counter-attack and, find a way to score? What I do want to mention, Rob, again, is following up from the preview pod. Yeah. And what I certainly believed, I think we both agreed, that was going to be a critical part of this game was Vinicius Jr. Against Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Absolutely.
And through the first maybe half an hour of the game, it went exactly how you would predict.
Yeah.
Vinicius Jr. isn't really want to track him back. No. He's waiting for the turnover. And Trent just went. His game of cat and mouse was going on. Who's going to do better when they have the ball? Is Trent going to do better because Vinicius Jr. is not tracking him? Is he going to create? Is he going to assist? Or is he going to get caught out of position and Vinicius Jr. is going to curate and score a goal? Yeah. Now, first half, AlexanderArnold had much more possession, got on the ball. Things changed in the second half, Rob. But before we get to that, was that something? Did it play out how you thought it would?
Yeah.
Maybe in the first half.
In the first half, and Trent got in some good situations, played 1 or 2 balls in, was trying to build up play. Hendo made those runs outside. Yep. There were times that Hendo or Fabinho would go over if Trent went. They were obviously aware of the danger. Tactically, there's no doubt Klopp had done some work there. But I felt as though the balance was quite right, and Trent was an influence on the game. I thought he was an outlet that might create something for Liverpool to go on.
It's a calculated risk, Rob, isn't it? Absolutely. It's a calculated risk to let him go and do it.
And it looked right. In contrast, and to just say to that, didn't see much of Robbo getting forward that much, almost as though it's going to be Trent's day today and you're going to sit a little bit tighter and be part of a back three if we do get broke on.
Yeah. I just... the longer the game went on, again, I was sat with some family members, and I'm like, Vinicius Jr. is such a live wire. He's such a threat, And a couple of times, Robbie tried to play little 1-2s in behind, and he got cut out.
Yeah.
Now, just kind of chronologically working through the game, Rob, the big call, of course, was the Karim Benzema goal that was disallowed for offside. And of course, and there's a ton of reaction on social media.
Yeah.
I thought it was the right call, and I tweeted as such, and I'll try and kind of quickly explain why.
Yeah.
It's obvious in that particular moment of the play, he's in an offside position, Benzema. Yeah. There's just one player behind him, there's got to be two. So that's the first bit. So the only thing we're looking at is who plays the ball. Yeah. Because if it's a Real Madrid player that plays that ball, then from the closeness of the Liverpool defenders, it will be a deflection. Yeah. And that's the important part of it. And again, these are nuanced part of the rules. And I understand a lot on social media maybe don't know them too much, and they jump to conclusions and what are you talking about and everything else. But I think that certainly the former referee in the studio in the UK thought it was the correct call. Yeah. I know that there's some really good experts on social media, Rob, that thought the same thing. Yeah. And back to it. Yeah. So I think it's Valverde. If he gets to the ball first, which I think he did. He did. Just by the way. Yeah. Just. If that's a 50-50 tackle, then it's different. It goes to him. Different. Well, it might be different. Yeah. But it's because I looked at the ball, like where's its first motion? The motion of the ball was to go towards the Liverpool goal. Yeah. It then strikes one defender onto Fabinho.
Hits onto Fabinho and back to Benzema.
They're deflections after an attempt. After the first ball was made forward. Yeah, I'm not sure that's very clear. Yeah, but then it goes to him.
In an attempt to play the ball, he's deflected, not an attempt to play the ball cleanly. Then he's in an offside position. We've had a couple of these in the Premier League. That's why I'm with a group of friends and straight away said, no, he's offside. That's a deflection. That doesn't count as the same as if it was,
Rob, can I just give one other quick way of trying to describe it? If you can imagine, right, that the Valverde was away from the defending players, and he striked it, or he passed the ball firmly or shot, and it deflected off defenders, went to Benzema. He's offside, because it's a deflection off a defender.
Deflection, not
Because it's obvious that Valverde got to the ball first in that scenario. But the real case, it's difficult because they're coming together at the same time. Yeah,
they had to look
at it. If he did get to the ball first, it then becomes a shot, if you will, and a deflection to a player, and he's gained an advantage.
He's in an offside position, So I thought it was pretty clean. And listen, I'm sure, as time goes on, we'll get that rule, just because I think we've seen a couple of times. I remember one, Robert, I think it was Harry Kane in offside position against Liverpool at Anfield. And I think he came off Matip, same thing, got deflected to him and it wasn't given. And, sometimes you remember those ones and it comes back. So, I just on that goal, Rob, the thing I would say is it was the first big warning, I thought, for Liverpool in the game. It was the first time Real Madrid went a little bit longer over the top and in behind, which was a high line. And it was a little bit of a precursor to one or two things that were going to happen in the second half, which actually became more Real Madrid. And actually, with better play and better decisions, Real Madrid would have nicked another couple of goals on the break, on the counter-attack and breakaway, even though, despite the one that they got.
Yeah, I thought in general, it doesn't really matter. I thought in general, Real Madrid's build-up play was poor. Yeah. Liverpool did a really good job, particularly in the first half, Rob, of pressing high. So the longer balls came forward, and Liverpool kind of enjoyed that earlier on. But they're more of a dangerous team in transition. And as the longer the game went on, a little bit more space was created. You just got the sense that something might happen, Rob. And before we get to the goal, I just want to pick out a couple of players that for Real Madrid I thought was interesting and I thought were excellent. We've talked about Thibaut Courtois, man of the match. But if there's any young holding defensive midfield players, please rewatch the game and positionally check out Casemiro, the Brazilian. I mean, the amount of times he is in the perfect position to just fill little spaces, and in the course of the game, it's not the sort of thing that catches your eye because you're looking at the attacking part. He got him right in between the centre-backs, right in front of him. You should call him the screen. He screened so well that anytime the ball was away from the centre-backs of Real Madrid, he's there to clear it away, to make a tackle, to make a block. I thought, listen, if you looked at his possession on the ball, some of his passing, not great. Yeah. Not great. But he's got Toni Kroos and Luka Modric who are pretty good at that either. His role in that midfield, I thought, was sensational as well. Again, me playing that role, I look for it and I appreciate that. And I thought Casemiro, again, I don't know whether people are talking about how good he was, but defensively, my goodness, I thought he was excellent.
I actually thought, just taking your point a little bit further, I thought Carvajal and Mendy, mate, two fullbacks against Diaz and Salah, threats in the wide areas, I thought were excellent. Carvajal showed his pace, his experience. I thought he ran forward once or twice and gave Diaz problems. I thought Mendy did a good job at times. Salah went narrow into bodies, which I think where you want him, but I thought they both did a good job. And the other fella, mate, for me, who doesn't get here, Valverde.
Yeah.
Right on the side, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez. I mean, he's the one with a bit of pace. He's intelligent. He knows when to sit in and be part of a holding sort of 3-4. He knows when to break forward. I just thought his all-round game. These are players who are not star names to, people in the Premier League watchers. They're not kind of the big hitters, but were really important to the team today, Rob, to make sure they stayed in the game.
Well, that's great because that's going to link us into the goal. And I want to talk quickly about Dani Carvajal, right? Because we all know, and this is going to round on Trent Alexander-Arnold, and we've already mentioned him a little bit in that important matchup, and that's where the goal came from. That's a decisive, defining moment came from those two and that kind of matchup. Dani Carvajal is a sort of player, Rob, that would annoy me, and I'm sure he's a nasty, aggressive. Tough little, whatever you want to call him. He's a nasty. He gets wired in. He's late. The referee has to speak to him, saying you've had 2 or 3 fouls. He plays on the edge, but then when he gets a warning from the referee, Rob, he knows, super smart.
Yeah, he knows.
He's super smart, and he keeps away from it. But he very, very good. Now his defensive nous was super important. You're right to pick him out. And as we talk about the goal now, it's the thing that Trent Alexander-Arnold just hasn't got, that defensive nous, that threat of danger, the natural instinct of a defender to consider where his winger is, and to be conscientious. That's why Trent Alexander-Arnold doesn't start for Gareth Southgate for England. And listen, I love what he does, Alexander-Arnold, Rob. The little defensive moments where he should do better, and for me, he should do better on the goal. He's got plenty of time there, Rob. He's the centre back. He knows there's somebody behind him. Yet that ball came across and still found a way to his man. That's his man who scored the winning goal. Now I love what he does going forward, and maybe as a wing back, he get a little bit more protection. Maybe as a midfield player as he ages and matures, and he's a brilliant assister. Of course he is. But that I'm just showing that moment, big moment, and he just didn't get in the right spot or open his body to realize where his winger was, and that was a moment that changed this game. Carvajal didn't lace his boots going forward.
No.
Defensively. That's the difference of an attacking right back and a defensive-minded one.
But to be the player that Trent could be, world-class, different level, he's got to improve on that, Rob. It's no use keep saying that, well, he doesn't do that. He can improve on it. He's 23 years of age. He's got so many attributes to his game, and you say majority of them going forward, but he can defend, Rob. He can improve that defending. With concentration, with work.
I think he wants to. I'm sure the manager's tried it. I'm sure the coaching staff's tried to help him. Because remember, was it last season, the season before, he got a ton of criticism for his defending. And I thought it was better. But it's just the odd moment. I mean, this is the pinnacle of the game. So any kind of little crack in your makeup is going to come through.
You get found out, don't you?
Whether he could be improved or
I just think that those are things. The bits to improve him, Rob, are things you can work on. The bits he does naturally are just God-given talent.
So difficult.
You ain't gonna get that. So if he goes in, and I'm not saying every day but if he takes 45 minutes after training sometimes and works on his position and works on those things, you get better, Rob. You get better. You generally get better at those things. And these fullbacks who couldn't lace his boots, but will have that defensive nous and smell danger a little more than he does.
I like him so much, right?
Robbie,
In a lot of ways, I think I would play him for England because he's so good going forward. So I'm criticising him, Rob, but I want it to be an even discussion. I think he's brilliant on the ball, and it's what England need is a possession guy and a creative guy. Can spot a pass, he can cross a ball, and it's one of those. Am I gonna try and deal with that the negative side of it, or am I going to try and play on the positives? Southgate is a little bit more. Listen, I want to have a really strong back four, and I get it. But listen, I don't want to be hard on him, but that was a key moment. Yeah, and again, that little Achilles heel of just not being defensively sound was a problem today. Yeah,
well, obviously moving on from Trent, because you're right. Yeah. But Real Madrid, my friend.
Yeah, durable, mate. Durable.
How they won this title? I mean, they should have been out. They should have been dead and buried a number of times during this thing. They should have been out of this game. You know, Liverpool should have got found the back of the net and have been 1-0 up. Despite the talent and the quality and the Galacticos and the money, there's a grit and the determination. There's some tactical acumen from the sideline with Ancelotti. They got them over the line, mate, and got them to 14 European titles.
It's stunning, mate. It's stunning how consistent they are. There's a ton of know-how. There's a ton of experience in the midfield areas. We know about Carvajal, the right fullback, a brilliant goalkeeper, Valverde, who is a wonderful team player, works his socks off, can do a bit of everything, assists for the goal, by the way, Rob. Valverde, Federico. So you know, you have Benzema that's done remarkable finishing, scored a ton of goals, and Vinicius Jr. scores a winning goal, constant threat, was a problem in the previous round as well. I mean, this, you know how I like a durable team, and my goodness, like a team like Real Madrid can show that side is remarkable. Casemiro again, the protection that he provided to a back four that were fired up, to a goalkeeper that was incredible, to midfield players that experienced, with front players that offer a threat. That's how they win it. That's how they win it. You get through PSG, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. I mean, that's the best of English football right there. And there's a few games where it looked like they were never going to get through. They conceded a ton of goals against City, but still scored the goals and still kept going. So nothing but credit for Real Madrid. I mean, for all the reasons of the experience and the know-how and the individuals today. And there's just like, when Liverpool are playing well and dominating like you, it's like, oh, this feels like one of them games where they're going to soak it all up and score on the counter-attack, which they did. I mean, there isn't a ton else more to say, mate. They deserve the victory. I don't want to hear about Liverpool being the better team, because I kind of hate that phrase, because better teams don't lose.
Well, win games. Better teams win games, mate. They win. They lift the title. And that's possibly, just moving on to a slightly bigger picture. I believe it's Monday in Liverpool. There's a open top parade, I think, with the female team and the male team. Both have won competitions. Now, obviously, for Liverpool's point of view, just a domestic double, League Cup and FA Cup, which is certainly nothing to take too lightly. But the two big prizes have evaded them. Premier League by a point due to City's incredible form and way to find a way to win games, and Real Madrid's ability to hang in a game. Does this reflect? How does this reflect on what's been a outstanding season for Klopp? Will people look at it a little bit differently now?
Yeah, I think they will, Rob. I think they will. I mean, They deserve that kind of adulation from the fans to win a League Cup and the FA Cup. Of course, the two that they really wanted or would have preferred is the Premier League title. They were 1 point away in the 90s again in terms of points. They're one goal away from the Champions League. It's still a brilliant team. Yeah. And it of course, like they were shooting for the stars and with a quadruple. fair play to go down to the last game in every competition they entered. I'm not, a stupid knee-jerk reaction would be a disappointing season or, failed in certain moments. I mean, not for me. To win 2 cups, to be that close. Yeah, of course, you want to get over that line. But the football that they played, the team that they are, the new signings that they've brought in, the squad that they've got. And by the way, we've moved on. Ibrahima Konate, my friend. I mean, we got to just reverse just to talk about how standout he was. Cool. I mean, the best game we've seen him play for Liverpool with the ball going forward defensively, 1-on-1 versus Vinicius Junior. One time he came back. I mean, he looked like he climbed so many levels, which is going to, of course, help Liverpool in the future. Yeah. If he develops at the same rate, you look at that back four and the goalkeeper, it's a brilliant team. Now, if I'm going to be picky now at Liverpool, I am going to look at the midfield. Henderson's not getting any younger. Brilliant leader, brilliant captain. Fabinho, top class, brilliant. Thiago's getting a little older. Naby Keita hasn't really done it. Come into this game again. That's an area for me that they can improve. And I'll throw it back to you, Rob, on this. I'm not sure whether you've gone down a bit of a tangent here. Or, do they need a striker?
Well, interesting week coming up, because apparently after this game, Sadio Mane is going to talk about his future. Indications might look like he's headed to Bayern Munich. Mo Salah said he's still going to be at football club next year, but I'm not sure if Liverpool are going to allow him to run his contract out if he doesn't sign. So we could be in a position pretty soon where there's a spot or two depending on some decisions. And you're right, another striker, maybe a different type, would bring in chemistry. Luis Diaz has come in and been incredible since his January signing. Bobby Firmino's going to play a part, but probably not going to be an everyday starter. If Salah was to decide, he's going to move, Mane, indications look like he might be moving. Is there room to go and buy somebody big from Europe who could come in and bring a bit of a different flavour? Well, of course we know Mbappe's mum likes Liverpool, apparently.
Yeah, and he's just signed. He's going to stay at PSG with extra powers within the club, which is astonishing to me. But anyway, but he spoke to Liverpool. He spoke to Liverpool. Yeah. Jurgen Klopp spoke to Karim Benzema. So you think about a new look front. Sorry, did I say something? Mbappe. Sorry, Mbappe, Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota.
Stop.
Well, so what I think we're saying is there could be a shake-up, and it could be a traditional 9 comes into the football club to maybe do things a little differently. I don't know. Maybe Salah and Mane.
Lewandowski coming too old? Is he a year or two in Lewandowski?
He wants to move on, doesn't he? I don't know. I mean, I guess we're at the point now in the pod where we're just considering the season for Liverpool and how they move forward. The disappointment. It is disappointing. But what do you think, Rob? What do you, you've heard from me about what they've done and how good they are.
I think there should be a satisfaction in what they've done. There should be a satisfaction to have been played 63 games, only 4 defeats, including the one today. Incredible football, incredible level. I think you've got to take that first, Rob, not just the disappointments. But Jurgen Klopp, as he's done at this football club, will be pushing things, will be pushing players, will be looking at things, be looking where they've improved. I think it could be a time where 1 or 2 of those players on the fringe, we know Origi might leave. I'm wondering about Oxlade-Chamberlain. Has Naby Keita really stood up, or might come to a decision with somebody like him? I think
Harvey Elliott's probably coming to midfield, Robin. Harvey Elliott.
Midfield. They've got the young kid, haven't they? They've signed from Carvalho. Is it from Fulham?
Oh, yeah, Fabio Carvalho from Fulham.
Who he liked, who didn't want to leave on loan, said he'd be part of things coming in. So just get sense he's a bit of freshening up coming down the tracks with Jurgen, and he's looking at another. And I think that's the position with Salah. Like, we'll do it at this level, Mo, but if not, okay, we'll thank you. We'll get as much as we can. We'll move in another direction. So I think it could be Klopp starting to move things forward. But listen, there's a base of a brilliant football club there. There's a base of a team that can go right to the wire in all competitions and close to winning a Premier League title. So you don't want to break that up for nothing. But I do get the sense as though a little freshening up might be part of what Jurgen Klopp's looking at next year or so.
Yeah, I mean, as ever, mate, the close season, the transfer window is going to be fascinating. There's tons of rumours already. I mean, we finished one season and we think we're going to take a break, and then you go online and you go to the websites and the newspapers, and here we go already, and there's all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it's they'll dust themselves down. It's been an incredibly long season, 63 games to Liverpool. There's transition going on with some of the younger signings, and I think it will continue this summer. But yeah, for all Liverpool fans out there, the next few weeks with Mane and Salah are going to be very, very important in terms of what the team is going to look like and what it needs in this window when it fully opens and players can be bought.
Yeah, and just on that, just finally for me, I just think I hope the Liverpool fans, it isn't too much disappointment because it's been a brilliant season. There's been games where they've played some unbelievable quality. Some great games that we've seen. The two Man City games just stand out as just like at another level, mate, in the Premier League. But it'd be interesting to go and Jurgen Klopp's a man who you trust. He's continued to build this football club, and I'm sure he's going to be ambitious to do that as well. Just before we close up, mate, just a couple of bits of other business. There's been quite a bit of news around the Chelsea takeover, and it looks like the ownership now of Todd Bowley and the consortium is officially approved, and I think going to go through possibly on Monday or Tuesday of next week. So great news for Chelsea fans, and it looks as though there might be a little bit of money available to spend on not only the stadium and the infrastructure, but on the team as well.
Yeah, I mean, the fans want to hear that. And I think, to be fair, the process has been a pretty lengthy process, which it had to. This is a mega football club in terms of world football. It's always going to take time. But yeah, of course, the fans will be keen about what money is going to be available. I think the main thing is that the club is going to be okay now, that they can go into the market as normal and do their trading, which is, of course, incredibly important. Sell tickets, sell merchandise, get the club going again. We'll see what the ownership looks like, Rob. We'll see how much they deliver on some of these promises of money for the squad. I mean, ownership is obviously the top of the tree, and it's, all successful clubs. You even look at the ones now and the support and the finances from Man City and Liverpool, the way that they've handled that club. We see what's going on at Man United with ownership that's not doing a great job. Yeah. So ownership is key. And we'll see how Todd Bowley and the other investors kind of handle it. But it's good news for Chelsea fans. They can move on, knowing the club is safe, and they can go about being a normal football club over the summer, which is really important with the loan players coming back. Again, whichever club you look at, it's going to be exciting. Who comes in the squad and all the deals. Conor Gallagher, does he come and get involved, which you'd think he would have to be part of the first team going forward now, but we will see. But no, it's good news for Chelsea. I don't think it's super rubber stamped yet or completed, but it has been approved by the government.
It looks like it's pretty close to being done, doesn't it? And Chelsea fans will be delighted, and then can start talking about contesting titles again with the likes of Liverpool and Manchester City at the top of the table. Now Spurs look like they're in good fettle as well, with Conte staying and money available for them. Another bit of news, mate, and it's got an American sort of twang to it. It's that Leeside American Brendan Aronson from RB Salzburg. So he'll go and join Jesse March. He played for Jesse March at Salzburg. Young player, can play the wide on the right, can play from midfield. Lots of athletic energy, can do the press. Apparently he was a Premier League fan from back in the day when he was a kid. Can't wait to get into the league. Sounds like good business for both parties on that one.
It seems like it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Player, the manager that's worked before. I think he brought him into the club before Jesse Marsh did. His attributes of his running ability and variety in where he can play, it suits the way that Marsh wants to play. And it's always good. I always like these quick signings, Rob, because obviously it's planned. And they've been trying to get him for a while. He's been on the radar. As soon as they've secured Premier League status, of course, Leeds United, they're in and they're right on it, and they make the deal and they bring him into the football club. So I like that. I like early signings that's planned out. Yeah, we'll see how he does, mate. Of course, a jump, of course, from any other European league. It's a big jump, and it might take him a little bit of time to settle in, but good work from Leeds United. Victor Orta, the director of football there, is he's an outgoing, he's a doer, he's a doer, and he's about to do his work again and bring some more players in. And Leeds will be better for him being there, and they'll be better for some of the injured boys, Patrick Bamford, etc., to get fit again, ready for next season. Hopefully for them will be a little bit less dramatic.
So apparently he's from Medford in New Jersey, Brendan Aronson, and they call him the Medford Messi. So I'm sure
don't say that.
Leeds fans will be all over the Medford Messi as he joins that club, and obviously be looking to make a big impression on the Premier League. Leeds staying up, huge story at the end of that Premier League season, and I think we're all pleased to see, a club like Leeds staying in there because they bring something very different and very special to the Premier League. Listen, my friend, that's it. We're going to wrap it up for this season. Congratulations to Carlo and to Real Madrid, who were crowned champions in Paris, making it 14 European wins for this great historic club. That wraps up the season of Robbies Podcast. Just like to thank you, all our listeners and viewers who've supported us and downloaded each episode, tens of thousands each week. So thank you to you. Quick thank you to Mickey Dubs and Paul Hay, our producers, for all the work they've done for us. Little private shout out to my old team, Port Vale, won in the League Two playoffs today. Up the Vale there in League One. So for the last time this season, my friend, I'm Earle. He's Mustoe, together with the two Robbies. Thanks for watching and listening. Be safe, stay healthy, have a great summer. We'll see you in August. It's good night from me.
And it's good night from him. Good night.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch highlights all season long, and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend at 7 a.m. Eastern. And for even more content, head over to Peacock, where we've got live games, original series and a dedicated round-the-clock Premier League channel featuring studio shows, classic matches and much more.